Today on CritiX Talk, Disney surprises us with a live-action Lion King trailer. We got a Creed 2 review.
And our favorite agents are back for at least 2 more seasons.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Woo!
Welcome to CritiX Talk, episode 39.
Trade 9.
Yeah, I am one of your hosts, Migs Miguel, alongside the one and only Clep.
What's going on?
What up, Clep? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's coming off another Comic-Con.
Another Comic-Con, and we're fresh off my favorite holiday, bruh. Thanksgiving. Yeah,
that's your
man.
favorite?
Well, bro, you eat up, you with the fams, you go to other people's house, you eat up again. Like, yeah, man. Like,
I can't hang like I
you don't
used
have to buy nothing from nobody, like.
Oh yeah, you can just show up at anybody's house.
I love Thanksgiving.
Everyone's so giving on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
everybody's so thankful,
I can't hang like I used to though, man.
No,
Nah.
You can't do the 3-4 plates.
I did 2 plates and I was not.
But you did 2 plates over a long period.
Actually, it was
of
like
time,
1.5.
right?
It was like 1.5. I ate one, went for another, and the next thing you know, I'm dozed off. I'm out.
Damn.
Yeah. I even went home early.
Remember back in the day we used to be like, yo, 3 plates and then go to your boy's house, eat again?
Or and then play video games all night. You just have all the energy in the world. And then we used to watch Survivor Series.
Oh,
see that?
Shit. We watched some Survivor Series.
Yeah, that used to. Somebody needed to contact Vince and tell him to put Survivor Series on Thanksgiving again.
On Thanksgiving, right?
Jeez, man.
You know what's crazy is like they did Starcade this year, or like Sunday.
Starcade.
That was like the big WCW Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I
thing.
remember that. Yeah.
So they did a house show and it was like a 1-hour special on the network.
I just missed Survivor Series on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, man. Like Survivor Series is dope. Shout out to WWE for continuing doing their thing. These people do whatever, yo.
Yeah.
It never stops.
Yeah.
It's never stops. Yo, Clep, what do we have this week, bro? Like, I know you've been mad busy watching this, watching that.
I had to get a little Creed 2 in my system.
Yo,
That
epic, right?
It was epic. I'm not gonna lie.
Epic.
I think I held back on what I gave it, but
okay.
I almost went back to see it again today, actually.
Hey, if you guys want to see Klep's full review, you can go to wearecritics.com.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what we doing these days. Well, Klep, let's get into it, bro. Let's talk about Creed, bro. Michael B. Jordan is back with the second installment of the Rocky spinoff. We talking about Apollo Creed's kid. What's his name?
Adonis
Creed, bro.
Adonis.
And he's back. And this time he's taking on the nemesis of his father, the dude who took his father's life, Ivan Drago, his kid.
I'm gonna try to go spoiler free because I know you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it, and I'm like super excited for it.
I know you want to see it.
Yeah, for sure. And there's the rest of the critics out there too. Like, I'm sure this is a movie that's like really high up on their list, on their queue.
Yeah. I mean, let's just get it out the way. Like, this is Creed 2 is Rocky's 3rd film.
Okay, so it's like the best Rocky film.
To me, I mean, Rocky 3 was always my favorite of the franchise, just because I love a comeback story, and this was a true comeback story. I'm trying, like I said, I don't want to give any spoilers or anything.
Yeah, no spoilers.
But for people who have seen Rocky 3, I mean, use your common sense and try to put things together. I'm not going to say them.
Yeah, that's when Creed dies.
No, that's Rocky
Creed dies in 2.
No, that's Rocky 4.
Oh.
Rocky 4 is when Apollo Creed
Bro,
died.
you have it so fresh. Yo, the other day I rolled up to Kleps, right? This dude's watching a marathon of all the Rocky flicks.
I was getting ready. I had to get ready.
That's why like it's so fresh in your mind. I don't remember crap.
Honestly. But I remembered before that. Me and my brother, we grew up on the Rocky films, and 4 was always the more popular, more commercially. Like at that point, Rocky was just like an American icon.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he could have did like Rocky 10, and it probably still would have sold and did well.
Well, I mean, we watched them till 6, right? Because Balboa was 6.
Balboa was 6, yeah.
Yeah,
Rocky
crazy.
6. And 4 at that point, I think it was like 1986 when that came out. So it was pretty much like a given. He was fresh off Rambo 2. So Stallone could do no wrong at that point. So the tones changed dramatically from Rocky 1, 2, and 3, and then 4 came out, and it just felt real commercial, like the story even felt a little, embellished, like it was just like, really, would this really happen?
Mm-hmm.
The only thing they could do to make it kind of pop was kill off one of the main characters.
And that's what they did.
And that's what they did, yeah. So, I mean, Rocky 4, it's a more popular one, but it wasn't my favorite of the franchise.
So let's talk about Creed. Where does this film find Adonis this time around? Like, is he still pursuing like a boxing career?
So the thing that makes this movie work that I love a lot is that Creed is still flawed. Like, yeah, he came off of
the character.
Yeah, like he came off of a semi-win in the first one.
That was a loss, bro. He hung in there, but that was a loss.
But I mean, a win, like
it's a
man,
it's
a
spiritual win,
a boy's the man story.
Yes,
he came out, he came out on top.
The classic Rocky.
Like he didn't need to obtain a title.
No, not in that film.
Where this film takes off is it picks up right where it left off, but in a sense where he's more seasoned. He's been fighting. He's had a few wins. He's number one contender. And the spotlight's on him more than before.
Okay.
So he's a seasoned fighter at this point. Like I said, without giving too much away, he's just on everyone's radar.
Okay.
Everyone's radar, including people overseas.
Yeah.
AKA the Russians.
The Russians, yeah. His boy, Ivan Drago's kid, he about to come put the pound on him, son.
So the cool thing about this is like it all seems premeditated. It all seems like Creed's career has been followed, and they've been waiting for the right moment to issue a challenge.
Now, is it as deadly as the last time a Drago and a Creed meet in the ring?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. The stakes are definitely risen. The stakes are definitely high.
You know what's crazy? Out of everything you could have told me, that was the biggest sale line.
Yeah, because
it's as lethal as you think it might be.
Yeah. Both these guys have something to prove.
Yeah.
That's what makes this interesting, because it's not like, oh, we're just going to be rooting for Creed throughout this entire film, because no, Drago's son,
he's got like a tragic story,
has
so like
something to prove. Oh yeah, we're talking about a kid who was raised in a shadow, which almost seems against his will.
Yeah,
it really feels that way, and you empathize with Victor Drago as much as you empathize for Creed. So you're kind of torn. You're gonna be like
he's not a villain in it.
You don't know what you. No, I mean there's still a villainous kind of plan.
But once you get to know the character, you're like, bro, this is just a person stuck in a bad situation, like most of us.
And you're kind of like, I mean, this could go any way, and I might be okay with whichever way this goes.
Oh man,
like because of. Yeah, it's just really well written, especially on Drago's behalf. Like the story that they built up for them, and how they end up back into this world, and it's touching. It's cool.
Yeah,
it's
it
cool.
Sounds like it would have been very easy to just make him like the bad guy.
Yeah,
and they didn't do that. They went with more like a life approach. No black and white, just different shades of gray for everybody.
Yeah, because when I first heard that was going to be the main plot for this film, I was against it. I wasn't for it. I love the Creed franchise. I love the Creed idea, but I wasn't for that at all, because I just felt like it was a cop out, like a cash cow, like a sell. And I say that in my review too. Like I'm being really upfront and honest. Like I just really didn't think that this was going to be anything, and they surprised me. They really, really, really did surprise me.
So, Clep, talk to me about Michael B. and Tessa Thompson. I know they're back. We got the almighty Sylvester Stallone back at it.
Yep.
We lost Ryan Coogler.
Yeah.
So on that end,
Stephen Caple Jr. took over.
With we got the returning cast. We got a new director. A story that we all know and want to follow, right? Because the first movie was, pretty. I think it was a success, and I'm not just speaking on my behalf. I think it was a success critically, and with the fans, with the critics out there. So, what do you like? How does the change of director affect the movie? Like, does it feel like a different thing, or does it still flow?
To me, it doesn't feel like a different thing. It's kind of strange. It kind of seems as though Steven and Ryan have similar styles. There is a little bit of style difference as far as like shots here and there, especially mostly during the boxing matches. But story wise and these characters, you would have thought that Ryan was either in a lot of meetings or there on set, or or these guys like Michael B, Tessa, Rocky, they knew their characters so well that they carried a little bit over from the previous film. But other than that, I mean, Stephen Cable did a great job. It doesn't feel different at all.
Nice.
It feels very, very cohesive. It even looks like it was shot the same.
Man, I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Creed, man. Like I wanna be a part of this. I wanna watch it.
To get to your other question, you asked about Michael B and Tessa.
Yeah, man.
New age Rocky and Adrian. That's all.
Adrian.
That's all I could say. Like,
Adrian.
But more our time, more millennial time, more, what we would relate to. But definitely, it's the same kind of love. When you watch those older films with Rocky and Adrian and their chemistry and how they play together well on the screen, you get that same kind of love and support when you see Tessa and Michael B, with their family. And it's just, man, it's just real win. I am definitely gonna go back and check this out again. I'm not gonna wait. I'm definitely gonna go see this again.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's not keep the critics out there in suspense, Clep. Why don't you just give me, your rating? If you want to read Clep's full review, like I said, you can check us out over at wearecritics.com. That's where all our content is at. So, Clep, give us a quick rate. Like,
I
how
give
many
it
X's,
4.5
brother?
easily.
4.5 out of 5?
Yeah, and I feel like I was just kind of holding back because what we get 5s to.
Yeah, that's a masterpiece.
You know what I mean? We get 5s to, but this is nothing short of amazing. It's a great film, a great carryover from the first one. Honestly, I said that we don't need a third one. Like, this one was so great that I don't know how they can top that.
Yeah, it might detract from a
without
sequel.
making it feel redundant, because we gotta be real. We're not in a time where sequels are taken as lightly as they were back in the day.
No.
Back in the day, you could give us 20 films in the same franchise, and we would just keep eating it up.
If you don't bring the heat, we're gonna knock it.
And I feel like, that Drago storyline. What else? What could you give us that's not going to be predictable?
Well, I mean, I don't know, because I haven't watched the film, but in the first one, there was a big fight that was left hanging over his head. You know what I mean? Don't spoil it, Clep, because I see the look in your eye. But yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I honestly, the only thing that they could do to make this film, to make the next ones, is they almost have to turn into real life tragedies, triumphant endings and things of that nature. They get redundant and they get predictable and they get, but now it's the only way to make these things work is there's got to be loss, there's got to be pain, there's got to be suffering, there's got to be, I don't see how going on more with more and more of these things is going to benefit, because
it's got to be life.
At the end of the day, we're going to go in with the same outcome. We're going to be we know how it's going to end.
Yeah, it's got to be life. It got to be tough.
Yeah,
you can't always win.
Yeah, so
well, there you guys. Hey, Creed 2 is out in theaters right now. You can check that out, at your local theater, man. Yo, Clep, I know you watched this right over Thanksgiving break. Did you do any Black Friday shopping?
No, I didn't.
I did. I went myself and bought a 99-cent Hulu plan.
Oh,
kid.
I mean, if you want to count that, yeah,
that's
we
a
can count
Black
that.
Friday deal.
It was a Black
bro.
Friday deal. I did buy that. You're right.
Shout out to Mark D from Critics, man, because he put us on. 99 cents a month for Hulu. I mean, it is the commercial option, but I heard you jumped on it.
I jumped on it immediately. As soon as I saw it, I was like, you know what? I'm going to start a new plan. I scrapped the old one, got a new plan.
He's like, my name's not Keith no more.
No, it's still my name, just a different email. And I signed up for that immediately because most of y'all are sitting out there paying $100 a month for TV with commercials.
Yep.
So, I got
$1 a month.
Yeah.
Now, let me be clear. This is only a promotion.
Yeah.
For about a year, though. I'm willing to take that.
Me too. Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's tons of stuff on Hulu too if you haven't been watching. I'm talking shows like Castle Rock. I'm talking shows like Future Man. I'm talking shows like what's the one that Mark D likes?
Hey, Mark D's been trying to get me to watch Future Man forever.
What's the one he likes though with the girls and the red and you know what I'm talking about with the pregnant women?
Oh, Handmaids.
The Handmaid's Tales. Yo,
Yeah.
Hulu's got tons of options. So if you guys are down, I mean, you won't catch the same deal as Migs, but you know, you can still pay for it.
Yeah, you guys missed out on that. That ended on the 27th or the 26th. One of those days
man.
that ended.
Oh, before I forget, Klep, I want to give a shout out to that Mike Will produce Creed 2 soundtrack.
Yeah.
There's some fire tracks.
Listen,
not all of them.
There is an epic, amazing. Remember, I'm saying this. Amazing performance from Tessa Thompson in this film. I'm not going to tell you when.
Oh, she's got a song in the soundtrack too.
That's the song.
Oh, word.
I'm not going to tell you when it appears, when it happens, but when it happens, you're going to be at your most hype.
Ooh.
At your most hype.
Ooh.
Because when I saw it, I was like,
You got the goosebumps.
Shit. I was like, oh shit.
You were like, and
Yeah.
she can sing too.
Yeah, nah, dude. That's probably like one of my favorite scenes in the whole film.
Yeah, well, you can catch that over on the Mike Will Made It Produce Creed 2 soundtrack. You know, that's streaming over on Spotify. And after you're done listening with that, you can also just follow, CritiX Talk since you're there.
Yeah,
shout out to
well.
us. Yo, Klep, Thanksgiving, man. We out here watching all these holiday movies, right?
Yeah.
Now, there's something weird I heard about, like a classic Thanksgiving story that's been on TV like every year since the debut. I'm talking about Charlie Brown Thanksgiving story, bro. What is this I'm hearing about, Klep? Have you heard about this?
Dude, man, the internet is on an uproar right now.
What's going on, man? Because they've been known to flip out for no reason.
We're in a time right now where all these cool classic things that I grew up on, you will probably grow up on. Like, people are just so damn sensitive. Like, you can't get away with anything.
Nathan.
Child innocence has been
gone,
thrown
bro.
out the window because everyone looks at. You know what's so funny is like the only people that are talking about this stuff are the people who are too grown to even watch this shit. When you're a kid, you don't even give a shit. You just watch it and you're like, oh, all these adult puns and all these adult agendas and secret messages. Like, you don't even pay attention to this stuff. But now all these grown-ups are like looking at everything and trying to break things down and feel a certain way. And so with that being said, like, there's a scene in this cartoon, this classic cartoon.
What happens in
at the end of this thing when they finally have their Thanksgiving dinner?
Okay, they got their turkey, they got their stuffing,
Yeah.
they got their cranberry sauce. You got some pernil if they got any Latinos up in there.
And you know what? I don't think there's any Latinos in
There's
in the
never
peanut.
been no
Yeah.
Latinos in no Charlie
So-
Brown, son.
But what there is a black kid by the name of Franklin.
Actually, Charlie White. Anyways,
There's a black kid by the name of Franklin who's he's pretty popular. I mean, people know him.
Yeah,
He's one of the
he's the
main names.
token black kid.
Yeah. And they're all sitting around the Thanksgiving table about to eat or whatever. And I think they're eating like ice cream.
Yeah.
They're not even eating like real food. And if you notice, you guys can go look this up, the Thanksgiving dinner scene. You have Charlie Brown at one end. You have, I don't remember who's at the other end, but then you have one side, which is the right-hand side.
Probably Lucy or something.
Yeah, the right-hand side is like all Charlie Brown's friends, Linus, a couple of other kids, even Snoopy sitting at the damn table.
See, and this is where the problem lies.
Yeah.
And tell us what else.
And then on the other side, there's only one person sitting all by himself.
Who that?
And that is Franklin, the black
Why?
kid. So the internet lost their shit, and they're like, wait a minute, why the fuck is Franklin sitting on one
Way
side,
over
the
there.
black kid sitting by himself, all by himself in a lawn chair at that? He's like in a beach chair. It's not
The dog's got a plate and a chair on the table.
sitting with the other members of the Peanuts family.
But let's be real, though. Snoopy is like number 2 or number 3 in that group. So, of course, he gets a chair. I can't talk about everybody else.
Listen, the dog has his own plane.
He does.
Snoopy has his own plane. He doesn't. He doesn't need anything from anybody.
He don't.
The Baron.
Oh, shoot.
So,
So, Klep, where do you lie on this? Like, So to you, this doesn't even bother you. It's not even a thing for you.
Listen, this to me it's sad.
You know what? Yeah, bro. That picture looks awful, bro. That does not look very cool to me, man.
What doesn't look cool is the fact that the dog has a chef hat on.
Nah, bro. Nah. You're right, though. Like, all Charlie Brown's white friends are on one side of the table. and the one black kid is on the other side, sitting on a lawn chair by himself. That's not cool, bro.
And everybody else has a regular wooden chair. This,
I feel you, though, how you said that people go into uproars from stuff that happened in the past and all that. Like, I agree with all that. But then again, I see stuff like this, and then, like, how can you not expect me to feel a certain type of way about it? I mean, it's so obvious.
It's very obvious. But, like, when we were little,
it doesn't register.
It doesn't even at all.
And even with the times, you know, people at that time, they probably were like, yeah, it's whatever, yeah. But now, like, where our sensitivities, they've changed a lot, like you mentioned. And this just doesn't look right.
Yeah.
It's like, don't they have a quota to meet, bro? Like, really?
I can't even explain this. Like, there is no explaining this. Is it on purpose?
Is it accidentally on purpose?
Is there a technicality? Is there something about the art, the colors, I don't know. I don't understand. I don't know what's going on here.
Listen, we can try to break this down all day long. And I recommend the critics to go out there and take a look at this. You know what I mean? Like, make up your own damn mind. Because I'm seeing it, and I think I made up my mind. It looks wrong, Clep.
Yeah, it looks very odd.
From now on, I am no longer supporting
Peanuts?
Charlie Brown and the Peanut Gang. No, honestly, it's never been my thing, so it's like, it's whatever.
It's not Charlie Brown's fault. Everyone's always looking down on him.
Yeah, he's got a part in it.
Everyone's always picking on him.
Yeah, don't do that, Clep. Don't do that.
Let's talk about the fact that these kids are eating ice cream and turkey.
What's wrong with that?
And the dog is cooking.
Yeah, and they eat it.
Yeah.
You know,
what's the symbolism in that?
It's TV, bro. So sometimes it gets weird, especially animated stuff.
This cartoon is what, like 40 years old? Like, how old is this cartoon?
I don't know, but listen, there's something that it was old.
Yeah.
And now we getting a new version of it. That's right. I'm talking about the surprise trailer that Disney dropped for The Lion King. That's right. Simba is back. Mufasa is back. Even that bastard Scar is coming back for one more, murder, if you will. That's not a spoiler. We all watched it. But Clep, we finally got to see what it actually looks like.
And it's scene for scene the original.
Yeah. And you know what? That's one of my favorite parts of this trailer. I'm just going to go and say it.
You like the fact that they did
I like the fact that they didn't sit on any of that footage. We all wanted to see that. That scene itself was the one we wanted to see when they, he's born. Freaking Rafiki picks him up and, lifts him up so the whole jungle can see him. That's that one moment we all wanted to see.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they were smart. They were smart, Clep, because they gave us that, but they kept something else from us, which is the voices.
They did. Well, we got Mufasa's voice
for like a second, and we know what he sounds like.
I mean, he is the voice. He's the voice.
Yeah, they could have changed everybody, which they did. Yeah. But they have to keep him.
They have to keep James Earl Jones. Him.
You know what I mean?
Lion King without James Earl Jones is
it's not Lion King.
It's like Darth Vader.
Yeah, without
you know what I mean? Like,
James Earl Jones.
You can't. These are just two voices that it wouldn't even be right.
Man.
Are you excited for this?
I am, but did you see that meme I sent you?
The meme.
The meme with the live action movie.
Yeah.
Yo, so I found this thing online. It was like, it's a live action movie. Oh, cool. But it's animated background with animated characters, so it's an animated film. And they're like, nah, son, it's live action.
It's not live action because there's no real people at all. It's all CGI.
But what if they filmed mocap for it? Would that make it live action?
I think there is mocap in this.
right? Like, do you like was Beyonce on all fours walking around and shit, like Donald
A
Glover
leotard
and, shit?
and a cat
like,
leotard.
How did they mocap? They didn't mocap this. They just went in a booth and recorded some lines. Clap.
Oh man, I mean, I'm excited for this. I think I'm more excited for Toy Story.
So, how long till we get a live action Toy Story?
That would be weird.
I mean, it's gonna happen eventually.
I mean, they got a live action Pooh.
They're live actioning everything.
I think Disney should, but the one thing that Disney's dropping the ball on
What up?
is that
They drop animation like classic animation.
No. I want. Well, listen, we all know that these all come from the Disney magical kingdom.
Yeah.
This should all be a shared universe. Every Disney movie should be connected.
So you saying that like Simba can show up in Aladdin?
Every Disney movie should be connected.
Okay, but what if they're like different time, like, eras and stuff?
That's fine, but they should be connected.
There should be a shared
It should be
universe.
talked about, like Snow White and all those. Those happened way back in the 40s.
Just be like, yo, have you heard about that lady that's sleeping, like Sleeping Beauty or whatever?
Like,
you know what I mean?
I think that they should all be connected. Like all those movies that came out around that time, like Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, medieval times, like all of those should be connected. And then anything newer should be like. I just think that the Disney universe should be one cohesive universe.
Interesting. Hey, listen, I can't wait to see Lion King. Do we know when this is dropping, Clep?
Yeah, this is coming.
Summer?
Yeah, next year in the summertime, sometime July 19th.
Yo, Clep, are you gonna cry when Mufasa dies all over again?
No, I never cried the first time.
Yo, that didn't hit you?
No, it didn't hit me.
Oh, you were older though. That was a tough moment in my life, Clef.
Yeah, when did this?
Getting over that death.
94. Yeah.
For a lot of people, that was like their first experience with death.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sure it had. Like kids and stuff, like. Yeah, bro, that was like the first time it was like tragic and it's a cartoon, but guess what? He's not coming back.
I think my first of death was All Dogs Go to Heaven, Burt Reynolds, Charlie.
I remember that. I know we've spoken about this
fucking
before.
Brutal. Charlie got hit by a car.
Yeah.
On purpose.
Yeah. I know we've spoken about this before, Cleb, but that film, My Girl.
Oh.
With
man.
Macaulay Culkin.
Thomas J. He needs his glasses.
When he dies.
He needs his glasses.
Bro, that hit me, bro.
Yeah.
There was one tear, just one though. It was just one tear.
Yeah, that hits me every time.
Face.
It hits me every time. That was around the same time.
Yeah, bro. Like that movie messed
But
me
can we
up.
talk about All Dogs Go to Heaven for a second?
Go ahead, talk about it.
This was a cartoon.
Yeah.
I remember seeing this, I think maybe in like the 3rd, 4th grade. Not only did the dog get hit by a car off of a bridge, they got him drunk first. They got him drunk, and he stumbles down this dock, not knowing where he's at or what he's doing, and the cat switched the gears in a car as it rolled into him.
The cat is a murderer?
Murdered the dog. Yo, this is kid shit. This is why I'm looking at things now, and I'm like, you guys are just way too sensitive.
You're doing the same thing that they did with Charlie Brown's Thanksgiving, bro. You're like looking hindsight. Hindsight's always 20/20. Yes, we know things should have been different. That cat should have never been able to drive.
No, but he wasn't driving.
No,
but he
I
did.
know.
He just
switched
the gear and let the car roll down the
Killed
dock
the dog.
and killed the dog after getting him drunk. I'm like, this is brutal.
Hey, listen, but it worked out for him because he went to heaven.
He did go to heaven, but all dogs go to heaven. Doesn't matter what they do.
Really? Even the evil ones?
All dogs go to heaven. That was the name of the title. They made the cats out to be the bad guys. Now that I think about it, a lot of cartoons made the cats out to be the bad guys, like Tom and Jerry.
It's just because they're very independent.
All Dogs Go to Heaven. What else?
Cats are just very independent and they don't really care for people.
The Dalmatians, the
Oh,
Siamese, they were bad. Five American Tail.
He's out here making a list of all the villainous cats.
They were all villains.
Throughout
in the
history.
80s, they made all the cats look like they were the bad guys.
How about Simba? Is he gonna be a bad guy?
Scar was a bad guy.
Scar is definitely the bad guy.
Yeah, Scar.
Yo, I'm excited though. Disney's doing it right. I think Dumbo comes out before Lion King.
Oh, I can't wait for Dumbo. I think I'm gonna enjoy Dumbo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Our boy Matt Damon's in that.
A lot of people are in that. Keaton's in that.
Michael Keaton?
I'm pretty sure it's like
Oh
Keaton.
man. Yo, Clep, I heard you be watching She-Ra on Netflix. What's up?
I watched the new She-Ra because
Yo, if you guys don't know, She-Ra was He-Man's sister, right? What's her name? Princess Diana or something?
Aurora.
Aurora?
Yeah.
What's her deal? Tell me about She-Ra and her new adventures.
The new Princess of Power. She's the sister of Prince Adam from
Master of the Universe.
Masters of the Universe. They're all from Eternia, which is their fictional place of birth or whatever.
Yo.
Separated at birth. They don't even know each other exist.
Oh, see, that was my question, Clep. Do we get a
No.
quick cameo from
No.
Prince Adam?
No.
How about Battle Cat?
No.
Battle Cat was my.
She has
dude,
her
bro.
own. She has the horse, the unicorn.
So this
with
is
the
like
wings.
very aimed towards young girls, huh? Like that,
I'm not gonna
girl
lie.
power.
I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed it. Like I just watched it because I wanted to see how close it was to the original. It's pretty damn close, from what I remember. I didn't get a chance to brush up on the original, but I will, and then we'll do a follow up. But
This is DreamWorks Animation, right? They're doing Voltron.
let me tell you, it looks a lot better in action than it does on paper.
Nice.
Like the posters and the visuals that you see make it look really childish, really kiddie-ish, real Teen Titans Go. You don't want to take it too seriously, but then when you watch it, the story is a lot more mature. There's a lot going on that's mature and such. A lot of battling, a lot of fight scenes and stuff like that. It's not all magic and fluff. And
She
stuff
got a
like
sword?
Yeah,
Does she go like, I have the power?
Yep, she says for the honor of Grayskull.
Oh, okay.
Not by the power, but for the honor
for the
of Grayskull.
by the honor of Grace.
For the honor of Grayskull.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's from what I remember, it's like the same old thing. It's just new, fresh, and it was watchable.
They're gonna be selling some toys off of this.
Oh yeah, definitely. This
Guaranteed,
thing
right?
is gonna be a cash cow. This could be huge.
Now you said it was 13 episodes.
Yeah.
And it's animated. Is it like a family affair? Like you can watch this with your kids?
Yep, definitely.
Nice.
Definitely.
There's a lot of good stuff out there like that. You know what I mean? For families out there, for all the critics out there with kids, you can check this out and you might enjoy it.
I mean, if you take a look at the images, it does look a little anime-ish, like new anime.
Yeah, that's that DreamWorks look. That's what they do. That's how they did Voltron, right?
Defined chin line, big eyes, minimal mouth features, big hair.
So 13 episodes. You think there's gonna be another season?
Absolutely, yeah. This thing is coming back for sure. It's good. It's not bad at all. It's gonna be real girl power-ish.
All right, cool, man. So I'm gonna put you on the spot, Clep. Let's give us a quick rating for season 1.
I would give it a 3.
3 is solid,
Yeah,
bro.
3 is solid. It's good. It's watchable. It's not Voltron, but it's good.
Yeah, I like Voltron grew too. Like it wasn't great at the beginning. Even Castlevania, I haven't watched the second season yet, but I heard it's great.
I didn't like the first season of Castlevania.
Yeah, because it just ended. Like it's not because it was bad. It's just because it ended.
And it was slow.
And it was very slow. But once it ramped up, it got really good. And I heard season 2, it's all like action. So
I can tell you some things I didn't like about She-Ra, though.
Tell me.
I wasn't a fan of the villain, the way they drew him. I feel like the original Hordak is a lot more like villainous looking than the new one. Yeah, he doesn't stand out. Where the original one, because I even have that toy, you can recognize, he's recognizable, but the new one isn't to me. So
well, there you go. So now they have something to fix
they won't
in
though.
season 2.
It'll stay the same.
Clep, let's keep it Netflix, brother. I know that you finished with this a while back, but I recently just finished the first season of The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Oh yeah, we gotta go at it now.
Which is the reboot of Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Yep.
Right?
Reimagine.
We talked about it a few weeks ago
Mm-hmm.
here on CritiX Talk, and you were a big fan, and as I finish the season, I get to understand. Like, I don't understand it because it's good, but it's not. It's not great. It's not must-see TV. There's a lot of it that just, as much as on paper, it should be like my style. It just doesn't work out for me.
I don't think it's must-see TV. I just think that if you are a huge fan of Riverdale, you have much to look forward to in this universe. And that's the best way I can explain it. And I'm not even a huge fan of Riverdale. Like, I just started watching it because my son watches it, and I'm into, I knew the comic and I wanted to see how they brought this thing to life in a darker tone. So when I watched it, I was like, it isn't too bad. It is forgettable. Like, there are times where I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, it's too Dawson's Creek, and I'll just shut it off for a little bit, and then when I'm feeling the right way, I'll go back to it. But knowing that there's another thing out there that I'm familiar with that's also connected, I gave Sabrina a chance. And I was like, this is good. I actually enjoy Sabrina more than I like Riverdale.
Wow. Yo, Cleb, I remember when you talked about Sabrina, you said there was going to be a cameo from Riverdale.
Yep.
Who? What? I don't know. It's just right over my head, bro.
So it was over my head at first, too. I had to really, think about it. There's a scene where the evil teacher that's, kind of in Sabrina's life,
yes.
She orders a pizza, and
okay.
the kid who delivers the pizza is from Riverdale.
Doesn't she eat him?
See, they lead you to believe that. No one knows. We don't know if she ate him or not. We don't even know if he's who he is. Because in Riverdale, he's dead. He falls out the window. Or he throws himself out the window, actually, and says that he was told to do so by a goblin or a demon or some shit.
Hey, it's possible.
So
by a familiar, maybe.
So this is where the parallel and weirdness, because Riverdale's straightforward. It's a teen show. It's not supernatural.
It's crime drama.
Yeah,
right?
it's like Scooby Doo or something like that. That's the best way I can. You know what? To bring it back, it would be cool to see a darker version of Scooby Doo. Where the dog doesn't talk.
The star of that show, Scooby Doo, it's not Shaggy, it's not Fred,
not if they call it
not
Mystery
Daphne,
Inc.
it's not Velma.
Not if they call it Mystery Inc.
And they just roll with a dog.
Yeah.
That eats and smokes weed.
They can get rid of that weirdo shit.
Bro, you get rid of the weed smoking. The show's not the show.
Okay,
no more.
so Shaggy could still smoke, and maybe whenever he smokes, he talks to the dog.
You just did it. I like that.
Don't see. I always do that.
You did it.
See that?
Yo, can we get?
We need a budget over here.
We need a budget.
Production budget.
Let's pitch some.
We're
shit.
doing Hollywood a favor when we talk. When we have these little sit downs.
Yo, we be pitching gold. You just pitch gold.
Mystery Inc. We don't need the talking dogs.
Only when he smokes, which is all the time. So he talks to the dog
all the time. Shaggy's the only one that understands Scooby, anyways.
Oh, dude, are we bringing homie Freddie Prinze?
No,
he's too old.
Let's get a whole new cast.
Are we bringing Matthew Lillard back?
He was a good Shaggy.
He was a great Shaggy.
He was a good Shaggy. Holy shit, he was good.
Yeah, Sarah Michelle.
I remember seeing that in the theater, like, yo, this guy is exactly Shaggy. Like,
who did Velma? Was it homegirl from
hot.
Freaks and Geeks?
She's so hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Stiller's wife.
Yeah, and she's in she's in Avengers. She's Hawkeye's girl.
Hawkeye's wife. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, she was so hot. I remember I didn't realize it until part 2 when they were showing her pretty.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, Velma.
Velma got it going
Jinkies.
on.
Jinkies, Velma. Yeah, nah. I think, I would go for that. I could go for a Mystery Inc. show.
Yo, but let's bring it back to Sabrina. I know, yo, great idea, Cleb. I love it.
Yeah.
But Sabrina, bro, on paper, it should be like everything I like, supernatural, crazy stories, but I think Harvey and Sabrina just weighed me down a lot, bro. I can't stand both of these apart, but when they're together, it's just that much worse.
Yeah, but
I like the backstory, right? Like her hiding that she's a witch from her friends and they're finding out. That wasn't horrible to me. Like, that went somewhere I didn't really expect, so I appreciate that. I like that they also their monsters weren't like cheap looking, right? They did a couple big monsters, right? Like they did the devil looking guy. He looked awesome. And then they did that one episode with the dreams, right? And
Oh yeah, she was good. Yeah.
that was a good looking monster too,
Yeah.
even though it was like a
She was
little
like a troll.
basic-ish, but
Yeah.
it was good.
Definitely not CW-ish.
No CW, no. Way better than because I was expecting what they used to do on Power Rangers or what they
So-
used to do on Buffy, where they all this makeup,
So let's
Wasn't that.
so let's do some comparisons. Like, are you a Supernatural fan, like the show?
I've never watched it. No, I'm
I've
gonna
never
say
watched
no.
Supernatural either. I could never get into it, but I
I
do.
love Buffy though.
Okay, but let's talk because we both seen Buffy.
Yes.
Special effects wise, who you giving it to?
Well, okay, you can't compare
'Cause
because
of
one's
time.
from like the 90s,
Okay.
one's from now. So special effects, like they have to go to Sabrina,
Okay.
But that's okay. But how about story? Story goes to Buffy all day long.
Lasted longer though.
Character, yeah, but characters was like way better too, way more relatable.
See, I think we'll have to. This is something that we'll have to do when Sabrina's on like her third, fourth season,
yeah.
if it gets there. Because nowadays Netflix, they like to go in, stay out on top, and get out real
well,
fast.
listen, we're gonna get more Sabrina. We're getting a Christmas special.
Yeah, that's in
on
what, a
December
couple of weeks?
14th.
14th, yeah.
So a couple of weeks we might see, because like Sabrina ends with a cliffhanger.
A good cliffhanger though.
Decent, yeah. I
Yeah.
enjoy that. I enjoy that.
I can tell you one thing that didn't work for me.
Tell me.
I didn't like how. Maybe it's too soon. I didn't like how her friends were getting
Special
abilities.
too. Yeah.
Like, I understand like the whole tie-in with the town and
Yeah.
and like legacy and things of that nature. But I think that's something that could have come about. I think those are things that would have made other seasons a little better. Because what would have felt realistic is if when her friends found out,
They turn her back on her.
and
That's
get a-
what I
and-
was expecting.
and getting a little distant.
Yeah, that's what I was
And
expecting.
then as seasons come about, they realize that they're not normal either, and then it'll bring them back together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I feel like they gave us too much too soon. But it still works, and maybe, who knows? Maybe it won't play out the way that it is right now. Maybe in season 2 things will get a little different and a little testy, because now she's full witch. And
Yeah.
now she has a whole new
She got
clique.
the platinum hair,
Yeah, she
bruh.
looks good, dude. I like this Sabrina a
She
lot.
like she got the platinum hair.
I was so
like-
shocked that this wasn't like a fan favorite costume this year.
It came out not too long ago.
You know,
It came out
when
in
you know,
October.
you know. When you know, you know.
When you know, you know. I push,
You know what I mean?
King push.
If it was me, I would have came out full on Sabrina this Halloween or at the Comic-Cons, and it would have been like, oh, he
Yo.
knows or she knows.
Cleb is Harvey Kinkle. No one knows though, because he just looks like.
I'm saying if I was like 4 feet tall and
Oh,
white with blonde hair,
shit.
yeah, I would have went full on Sabrina and did it on him. You know what I mean? But yeah, I was shocked that no one. Maybe next year we'll probably see it.
Who's your favorite character at the show?
I gotta give it to Sabrina. I really like her.
Sabrina was good.
I really enjoy the lead character, the lead actress in this show.
You
I
like
do-
the aunties?
I do like the
aunties.
aunties.
Were good.
They were good because they still remind me of the originals
Mm-hmm.
in some sense. Like, they're darker, they're a lot, more serious, but they still remind me of what we grew up on, on the old show. Other than that, I didn't like that guy.
Who?
What's that kid's name? The one, the charming one that was like all up in her face.
Oh, okay, Nick.
Ooh, it's too
Yeah, he
much.
was weirdo.
Because
He
I
was
don't know
weirdo.
whether to trust him or he's like he's a little Dracula-ish.
He helped out. He did his thing.
Yeah, but I don't know.
No, I'm not excited for a second season.
No,
No, like if it comes out, which I'm sure it will, I will watch it maybe way down the line, but it's not something that I need to go back year after year.
Ambrose is the dude. I like him.
Oh, the cousin.
Yeah, he's a little whore though.
Yeah, well, I like the familiars. I thought that was cool how they all had their own
like
familiars.
How they made that little. See how they
And-
made that serious? We didn't get a talking
Yeah,
cat.
they didn't. Although they did at the end, they did a talking familiar.
Which one?
One
Oh,
of the last scenes, it was the crow.
Yeah. The crow.
The
Yeah, the
crow
talk.
talked, and I was like, I didn't like
So
that.
do you think that they'll make Salem talk?
No, they shouldn't.
They
The
shouldn't.
right move was just to like,
I liked in the beginning.
he's barely there.
when he talked.
Only when he's needed.
Yeah.
Shows his face. But that's what I thought about Sabrina. If I had to rate it, it would probably be like a 2.5 clap. Honestly.
Really?
But that's
2.5.
personal. That's not like.
Ooh.
Like, I see the production values there, so it's a good looking show.
You know what?
The cast was good.
I can take that rating.
But 2.5, it's just because it was just a soft story.
You're not invested in this in the universe as well. So as a person on the outside looking in, I can understand where the 2.5 will come from.
Yeah.
But if you're invested in this universe and you are all in Riverdale and you're just getting into Sabrina,
This might be a 4 for you.
No, I would give it a 3.5.
Yeah.
I give it a 3.5 because. You know, it's still entertaining. It's good. I can go back to it. I've watched the first time I watched it. I went right back to it again and watched it right after again. You know what I mean? It's like I said. I connect with the characters based on the continuity of the universe. So I'm sucked in. I'm invested.
All right, Clep. So we just finished talking about something I didn't like.
Okay.
Let's talk about something you didn't like.
What's that?
You mentioned to me you went and watched Widows.
Oh man.
This movie. The trailer looked amazing.
And that's how they pull you in.
And the minute you told me that you disliked this movie, I was extremely surprised. Because as far as a crime drama, it looks super interesting.
Okay, so that's the thing. Let me get comfortable.
Yeah.
So
speak your mind, young blood.
The cast is amazing. It's absolutely.
Just run down the list real quick.
Hold on. Let's talk about the director real quick.
The critics know out there. Who we talking about?
The director is Steve McQueen.
Okay.
He's fairly new. He I don't know how he got this gig, but some of his work. He directed 12 Years a Slave, which didn't that get movie of the year?
You know what? I think it did win an Oscar. Club.
Yeah, that won an Oscar. So that was the biggest thing that he had did. He did a couple of other films that not many people know about. So I don't want to say I don't know how he got the gig, but what I want to say is
how he got all those people.
How did he get this cast? Well, then again,
12 Years a Slave.
12 Years a Slave.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know how to say this without sound like a hater.
Let's run down the cast.
Okay,
list.
so we got Viola Davis,
Who?
Liam Neeson,
Whoa,
The Punisher, John Bernthal.
Okay, damn. I was thinking of Thomas Jane, but
No.
whatever.
We're talking about the current, more relevant Punisher.
Yeah, John.
Robert Duvall.
Okay.
I mean that alone.
That crew
Colin
right there.
Farrell.
Ooh.
But here's the catch, right? Some of these names that you're hearing,
they're in and out.
It's what was that movie where Steven Seagal dies in like the first 20 seconds? He was like in a plane.
Was it like Expendables or something?
Nah, it was a '90s movie. Like he was known. He was that guy, and it was like a quick brain fuck because he was in the movie for like the first 20 seconds, and he ends up dying by falling out of a plane.
And then he's in every trailer.
Yeah. So that's what this is. So the Liam Neesons, the John Bernthals, all these guys are part of this. Like
they're the husbands.
Yeah, they're criminals.
Yeah, they're the husbands. So I haven't watched this movie, but I know the plot from the trailer, right?
Yeah,
their husbands die, and the widows need to pay back the money they stole.
Yeah, pretty much that. That is exactly what it is.
And they put together like a little heist so they can get some of this.
So here's the
money.
thing. I'm thinking going in that this is going to be a little like Set It Off-ish.
Yeah.
That's that new plot line.
Yeah, that's what
cool.
I thought.
No, there's one job, and it takes an hour and a half to get to it. Thank you. And then,
so a whole lot of planning.
Not even a lot of planning, just a whole lot of following Viola Davis around, and
she trying to talk everybody into it.
No, that was actually the easiest part. The hardest part was just kind of just figuring out where the real threat was, because
that's a spoiler.
You know what I mean? Like it's like, okay, you guys are gonna do this, and then things kind of get lost in translation because the amount that's being stolen is supposed to be split up amongst the people involved in the job. And then if you break down what's owed and what gets split,
the numbers don't match.
It's like, okay, you guys did all this for that?
Yeah. Oh man. Yo, so before we get into like super spoilery, you know, because I still do want to watch this movie eventually, and I'm sure the critics out there are
You may
like,
enjoy
"What?"
it more at home.
Yeah, I'll definitely enjoy it at
Enjoy it
home.
more at home.
But give us a quick rate. Just rate it for us, Clem. Just so people know what the hell they're getting.
This
into.
is my 2.5.
Okay.
This is my 2.5, and I mean that's being nice.
But you're not like a crime drama guy.
No, I am a crime drama. Listen. I appreciate a good twist. Inside Man is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, that's a classic
Because that's
movie.
a twist that I didn't see coming. You know what I mean? I didn't see that coming. The twist in this, you of all people, will figure this out.
Yeah.
Probably 15 minutes into the film.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
because it was what I was anticipating for like throughout. You're like, oh, okay. So go see it.
2.5 it's solid for me.
That's
like, I would
solid
watch
for you?
I would watch a 2.5. That's average, bro.
3 is solid for me.
That's average.
3 is like, yeah, man.
Yo,
Wow.
Club, let's remind the critics where they can find all of our stuff, man. We're over at wearecritics.com, wearecriticsmusic.com. Shout out to Critics Comics.
Oh, yeah, we are all over the place. We're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Twitter is where We Are Critics. On YouTube, Critics TV. We're on Instagram, We Are Critics. We Are Critics Comics. We Are Critics Music. Yeah, man, we're everywhere.
And remember,
Podbean. We're on iTunes. We're on Spotify.
yeah, and remember to, rate us,
Follow,
review us,
subscribe.
follow us, share us. If you like the show, I want to send a special shout out to all the critics out there that catch me and tell me, hey, man, I like this, so hey, I didn't like this. I love the feedback.
We
So shout
appreciate
out
that.
to all the critics out there, Alex
Definitely.
and Gian, Jake, all the critics out there that came up to me and be like, yo, Mix, let me holla at you about the cast. I love that.
I like that too, man.
I'm sure Klep loves
I
that
really
too.
appreciate that. We got to have like a studio audience. That's what we
Man,
need.
I love, I get people somehow, yo, when can I be on the show? I'm like, you know what?
Well,
We're going to talk about
when we
it.
get that studio all up and running for y'all
Yeah.
for next year.
Yeah, we're going to have people come through all the time. But, yeah, man, so we are critics across the board. That's where you find us. Yo,
I want to give a shout out to Al Mega.
yeah, man,
Comic
shout
Crusaders.
out to Al, Comics Crusaders, the AMP podcast.
Had a cool weekend with them at the con doing a live podcast.
Yeah, how was that, bro?
It was great. It was good. We talked with artist, inker, and story writer for DC, Keith Champagne.
Shout out Keith, man.
Birthday brother. You know what I mean? He was good. He was a good interview.
Yeah, he gave you, what you guys talk about?
Oh man, he gave us some gems, man.
He
Talked
to
about the
critics,
industry.
man.
He talked about the industry a little bit, how he started, where he's from. He's from Connecticut, actually.
CT.
And he also talked about a secret little project that never got released from DC.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Can we talk about it?
I mean, I could tell you the name of it.
Let's do it.
This was called Joker Year One.
Wait. Time out. Joker Year One, like Batman Year One?
Like Joker Year One, like Batman Gotham City. Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
So this never came out?
Never came out. He worked on it. I think he did some artwork on it, did some inking on it, and he said it was a pretty cool story that followed the Joker within Arkham Asylum first year. But somehow it just never hit the shelves, man. There's a lot of projects out there that never hit the shelves.
So wait, you're telling me that DC's got like a room full of gems?
I'm saying that DC may have the cure to the DCEU, and they're just fucking sitting on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, Clap. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's the business and how it works. But yeah, there's a lot of material out there that just never touches the shelves, and they just keep pumping it out, pushing it out, and picking and choosing what stuff goes out. It's kind of weird.
Yo, Klep, so if the critics out there want to find this conversation that you had with Keith Champagne, what can they find?
They got to go look up the Undercover Capes podcast, man. Comic Crusaders. Check out my man Al Mega, my man Bud. I'm a special guest on there along with Keith Champagne. Should be up sometime this week, if not now already. Go check them out. They're on Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, just like us. Undercover Capes podcast.
Nice.
Comic Crusaders.
Shout out Al, man. Yo, Klep, I'm gonna say a statement,
Mm-hmm.
and I want your reaction. Right?
Yeah.
the Venom movie
Yeah.
is bigger than Star Wars and bigger than Guardians of the Galaxy.
In what planet?
And planet Earth today.
Oh.
Like what?
Wow.
What?
That's
Facts though.
based on international
Based
numbers?
on worldwide box office.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, it's as big of a shock to me because
Wow.
I am not. Hey, you can listen to the cast, man. I was not a fan of this film, but somehow, some way, this movie's making money hands over fist. And you know what that means?
Sequel. Sequel. The sequel no one really asked for. There's gonna be carnage.
There's going to be carnage, and now it's for sure. That's crazy, Clef.
Shout out to my man Nick. Yeah,
No,
he
but like-
hates that line. He hates that line. He thinks that's the worst.
It was
He says that's the worst post-credit scene he's ever seen in his life.
It was up there. It was definitely up there.
There's gonna be carnage.
But listen, no, but I said facts though. But the reason I say that is because like the money that the original Star Wars made back in the 70s,
Yep.
if you inflate it to match today's economy,
Mhm.
it's less than what Venom has made so far.
Wow.
The money that Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, made
Mm-hmm.
is less than what Venom has done so far.
Wow.
We're talking about it's almost crossing over $800 million worldwide.
Wow.
I would have never expected, Clef.
I wouldn't either. That's almost $1 billion.
It's not a good movie.
It's not that great of a movie. It's not the worst movie, but it's not that great of a movie.
Well, listen, this type of success will only lead to more collaborations.
Okay.
Which has already been announced. Marvel and Sony are putting together 2 more movies. What they are, we don't know. But we can speculate, Clef.
What's that lady's name? The chairman of Sony?
Oh, Amy Pasquale, I want to say.
So we already know that she's like, no pun, that she's in bed with Kevin Feige and Marvel.
Yeah.
Over at Marvel Studios.
Yeah, they
And
have a
she
relationship.
pretty much is following Kevin's lead because she wants to see dollars and she wants to see success. She's smart. Sony would be smart to do this, and in doing this, they need to give the keys to Marvel. They need to put up all the money like they did with Spider-Man. They paid for everything, but Marvel had creative control. They need to do this from now on going forth, especially with dealing with Marvel properties, because nobody knows Marvel properties like Marvel. Fox learned the hard way, and then they just fucking got bought out.
Yeah.
It's the smart play. Like, I'm not gonna own the rights to someone else's shit and then try to call the shots
Mm-hmm.
and put out shitty products. They need to let Marvel guide this thing to success. And they see what happened with Homecoming. They're gonna see what's gonna happen with Far From Home. And yeah, Venom did well on its own, but it was like by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah. Well, not really.
Dude, listen, those
$800
numbers came from overseas numbers.
Yes.
That wasn't domestic. Domestic did
No.
okay.
It did okay.
But it didn't do
great.
exactly. So 75% of those numbers are coming from
Yeah,
overseas.
China and some other bigger
Exactly.
markets somewhere
Which
else.
doesn't really matter to these guys. They want to kill it here. They want to kill it out here. So how are they going to do that? They got to let Marvel take over and say this is how you should do it.
So, Klep, these 2 movies that I spoke of, what do you
Mhm.
think they may be?
I think one of them is going to be the Venom 2, like you said, and I
Yeah.
think that the other will probably be the next Spider-Man,
Okay.
or maybe even the Sinister Six.
Okay. I was thinking maybe Jared Leto's Morbius. Or maybe even Craven the Hunter.
I'm not interested in either one of those projects. I'm really not. I'm just going to pretend that they're not even really
Yo,
happening.
Klep, they're doing a spin-off of Doc Ock.
Like without
It's just
Spider-Man.
him, no Spider-Man.
Without Spider-Man.
It's just Doc Ock.
Listen, we're gonna give you guys the Green Goblin, no Spider-Man.
Like how? Why?
Like what?
What? It's a Daily Bugle movie.
Yeah. Or
No Jay Jonna. No Peter Park.
no Eddie Brock, because
Eddie Brock.
according to Venom, he didn't work at the Daily
He
Bugle.
work at the Daily Globe. That's wild, bro.
What if it's a Miles Morales live action?
Ooh.
What if it's Into the Spider-Verse too?
Ooh. Which it's been rumored already.
Yeah.
It's not even out. They're talking about a sequel spinoff.
That's like
All female. interesting.
What I think will work. I mean, listen. The Marvel Rising right now is murdering it. So to have a all-female Spider-Verse team,
Hey,
they
listen.
can do Spider-Woman, Silk, Spider-Gwen can return, Penny Parker can return.
That's your team right there.
Yeah.
That's your team right there.
Yeah.
Talking about a team, Clap.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about them boys, Clap.
Well,
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
The agents are back.
It's not even, bro, season 6 not even out.
I know, and they already got renewed for season
They
7.
got renewed, and what's crazy is that season 5 was set to be the last, Clap.
Yeah. You know, I rewatched that the other day.
Season 5?
Yeah, I watched that last episode.
And?
Fitz isn't dead.
You don't think that thing fell on him?
No, it did fall on him, but he's not dead.
Okay, comic books. They're going to figure it out.
No. Well, I have two theories. They're going to send Fitz to Tahiti
Ooh.
because it's a magical place.
It is a magical place.
Or he didn't die. Because I watched the last episode closely. And remember when they gave Coulson his little goodbye?
Mm-hmm.
And Gemma says, I wish he could be here to see you go.
That's he? That's who she's talking about?
Yeah, she was talking about Fitz. Because
Oh,
Coulson says, I wish Fitz was here to see me go. Or see me off. But they never said he was dead.
Listen, I love your speculation. And Fitz as a character, like as a Gemma, Fitz all day long, bro. Fitzsimmons. We thought they were the same person. Fitzsimmons.
Yeah, but I don't think he's dead, dude. I think he was
not.
just laid up because they were giving him like a toast, goodbye, and nobody was mourning Fitz. Even the plaque that they were wiping off, it was Coulson's death. They faked his death.
Yo, Cleb, I heard they brought him back in the comics recently.
Who, Coulson?
Yeah.
Yeah, recently.
How do you think this is gonna affect the oncoming, MCU?
I don't know. Because none of these guys
They
still
have
even
to bring him back eventually, right?
Well, nobody
into the
even
fold?
knows that he's alive still.
But they have to bring him back, right? Eventually.
Yeah. I think he's gonna be in Avengers 4.
Like he should just be like a post credit or something and be like they should all freak out. Like especially Thor should be like the one that's scared the most.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they gotta bring
Son
him
of
back.
Cold.
Son of Cold. That's so funny.
You walk with the living.
But dude, mark my words, yo. Fitz is not dead, bro. They didn't.
Hey, I hope you're right.
No one was mourning him.
Yo, Cleb, but what do you want to see in the next upcoming seasons, though? Because, we already been to space, brother.
Connections.
We already wrapped up most of the storylines from season 1 and 2.
I'm just saying, if we don't see more TV movie connections, I'm not going to be happy. We're too far along into this Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. thing for this thing to not be fully parallel with the movies. We're getting into the cosmic weirdo shit. Who else would be at the front gates? The Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yo, have we been to the past yet? We've been to another world.
We're going to. Well, this is why it would play a good role with Avengers 4 because it's going to be interdimensional shit.
Yeah.
This needs to tie in, man. And Agents season 6 is not going to come out till after Avengers 4.
Right, and then season 7's not till next year, right?
So yeah, man, they need to really tie these in, man. They need to tie these together so that these movies play out better.
All right. Listen, Cleb, you were talking to me about a prequel comic for Avengers 4. Why don't you school the people onto that, real quick?
Yeah, so I wanted to ask you, what do you think about these? Like, do you think that these hold water? Do they matter? Should they even be made? Because I've noticed that they've been doing this for the last few movies, like big movies. This isn't just Avengers. They've been doing it.
Yeah, for tons of things.
I think they did one for Civil War.
They've done them for tons of things. They've done them for Spider-Man Homecoming. They've done them for a bunch
So
of
what
stuff.
these prequel comics are, for people who don't know, is that they're stories in between the films. So you want to know what was going on between Avengers 3, the Infinity War after the snap. Between that and Avengers 4, there'll be a book that just came out, which is titled Captain Marvel, and it's a prelude to Avengers 4, which really just follows Nick Fury.
So, wait, what? Why wouldn't it be Nick Fury?
Well, it follows Nick Fury. The book.
No, but why wouldn't it be called Nick Fury if Captain Marvel?
Well, they're introducing Nick Fury in the Captain Marvel 90s movie. Like, this is like supposed to be his real introduction to S.H.I.E.L.D. and stuff like that. I don't know if they're necessary. Do we really care about what's going on in between?
Yes.
We do? Well, you do.
I mean, I don't read these things, though. They're not for me. These in-between comics, prequel comics, post sequel comics. I don't know. Like, they're not for me. They're for comic readers.
So
And I don't. That's not where I spend most of my time.
yeah, I mean, I'm a comic guy, but I don't read these things either. I don't bother. I feel like they're just fillers, and there's nothing really important. Because when you go see these movies, you overlook it anyway.
If it was important, it would have been made the cut.
They would
You
have
know what
put
I'm
it in
saying?
the movie.
It would have been in the.
So this prequel follows Nick Fury and Maria Hill, the two that disintegrate in the end of Infinity War post-credit scene, and it just shows them, as a build-up. It's more of a backstory before the events of Infinity War, where they're trying to get Cap and Iron Man to kind of mend things and get these guys back on the same team. So it kind of answers the questions that are asked when Bruce is asking Tony, call Steve, and Tony's kind of like, nah, we don't talk like, we don't fuck with each other like that. So that's pretty much what this is. I mean, it's not really important, but it kind of shows you how serious this kind of, this beef is between these two, which should, I mean, I don't blame Tony. I mean,
hey, he killed his mom.
That's what Tony said.
Yeah.
I don't care. He killed my mom.
Yeah, for sure.
So you don't think that these prequel books hold water? They shouldn't even.
No, they should definitely happen. There's someone out there that enjoys them very much. I'm not that person. I would love to see, which I do, like a quick recap of everything that's happened on a YouTube video. That's more of my style.
Yeah.
Especially when the people doing it like voice act. That's the best.
Like Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, like just do something different. But I enjoy them. I like to know that there's more backstory going on, in between, right? While we're awake, while we're asleep or whatever, So that's cool.
You think they should include these digital books on the DVD features?
Absolutely.
Marvel,
It
get
should
together.
be. It should be like at least like a motion comic, like how they used to do certain comics movies.
Preludes on the Blu-rays. Let's do it.
Yeah, man. It's
They're already
right.
overpriced as is.
Don't tell me there's no space on that
Listen,
disc for
Blu-rays are already overpriced as is. Add the motion comics.
Yeah,
It's like $40 for a Blu-ray these
that's
days.
ridiculous.
Like,
That's ridiculous.
but that's when you get like the DVD, the Blu-ray,
That's
the digital,
still dumb. It's
the
too much.
the actual movie film tape,
Yeah, you get
VHS,
a piece of fucking
Laser
8-track.
disc,
Yeah,
laser disc.
it's nuts.
They give you every format.
Yo, Kleb, let's talk about real quick before we go
Mm-hmm.
the mid-season finale of Walking Dead. We just finished. We got introduced to the big bats for the rest of the season now.
I got that first appearance.
You did, of course you did. Hard copy Kleb strikes
The
again.
Whisperers.
But yeah, Kleb, we got introduced to the Whisperers. They're a group of survivors who dress like zombies and walk among zombies. I don't mean dress. They literally wear the skin of zombies.
You are not where you belong.
Yeah, what up with that? What's up with that, man?
Yo, man. First off, let's just say that I wasn't happy with the death in this episode.
Jesus?
I was pissed.
Did you not see it coming?
I saw it coming because he was just too vocal.
Yes.
Like, way too, like, you can always tell when someone in your show's gonna get killed.
This is Walking Dead 101,
not
bro.
even Walking Dead. This is TV 101.
No,
Anytime they-
Walking Dead's the biggest perpetrator of this. Like, if you get too much shine or you say a line like, I'll be right back, bro, you're not gonna be back.
Or you have, like, your moment of clarity and, like, you, like, kind of spill your heart out, like, in the most awkward moment.
Yeah.
Like, then you know, like, yeah, this guy's not going to be around for the rest
Bro,
of the show.
I, like, 2 episodes ago, I was like, yo, I think Jesus is gonna die.
You saw it two episodes
Yeah, like
ago?
there was like 2 episodes ago
Damn.
when they were talking, like when they first came back and he was like the dude in charge and he was all like, yeah, I'm not trying to do this, I'm trying to be out there. And I was like, yo, this dude's gonna die, son. And like when he didn't want to take Maggie's office, I was like, he's not accepting his role, he's gonna die. You need to play a role, people.
You need to accept your role.
Stick to the script.
Oh man, yeah, I was kind of pissed off because I like Jesus.
I like Jesus.
He was
too.
like he was like my Daryl. Like everyone's on Daryl's nuts. I'm over Daryl. He's looking old and rugged, and
I've been a Carol person for a long time.
Listen, Carol's low key psycho, bro.
She is.
Anybody that tried to, like, that dude that tried to step to her,
Bro, she burned them the fuck
Dog,
up.
I was like, when this dude, I was like, yo, you better leave her the fuck alone. You can just look at her eyes.
They don't know.
Carol's a nut, dude.
They don't know what we know, Clep.
Carol's a nut.
She's the same person who killed like a little girl in season 3. She's the same person that was killing all the sick people.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah, that's right.
Bro, Carol does not play
she was setting them
around.
on fire, too.
Bro, she was... Yeah, and
She's an arsonist.
Bro, she was on her own for mad long, too, bro. Like, she's not the one to play with.
Yeah, Carol's a nut.
But, okay, so...
She's got a little Daryl in her.
She does, and you know who Daryl got now? He's got a dog, bro. And the sad part of that is when that dog dies, we're gonna be more hurt for the dog dying than we were for like Jesus or Rick leaving the show,
it'd be like
or
Shiva.
maybe even Carl.
It'd be like Shiva.
Shiva? Who's Shiva?
The tiger.
No, because the tiger wasn't as like around, you know.
But come on, though. You know you felt a little something.
I felt a little something, but then again, like, you knew that wasn't gonna last long just because it's so expensive to have a CGI tiger on set.
Oh man, yeah, nah. It was a good mid-season finale. My favorite part of the whole thing was when Negan got out.
Yo, he's back.
Yeah, and he started whistling.
He went home, sweet home, or whatever, right? He went back. Dang, where's my baby Lucille? Yo, Clep, listen, bro. Before we leave, I gotta end it on a little sad note.
Yeah.
I want to say rest in peace and send my condolences to the family and friends and the fans of Mr. Steven Hillenburg, man, creator of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah, I mean, SpongeBob is an icon at this point.
Oh, absolutely.
Probably one of the most recognizable cartoon characters.
He's up there with the Simpsons.
Oh yeah.
For the run
Definitely.
that he's had.
So yeah, shout out to him, man. Sad. I think this is the third.
He was wicked young, bro. He was like 57.
I said last week, I was like, it usually happens in 3, so who's gonna be the third? So I think this was the third.
Who was 1 and 2?
Well, we had Stan, then we had Diddy's ex-wife.
Oh,
and then,
Kim.
Yeah. And then hopefully this is the last of the year, and we don't have to worry about 2018 consuming any more souls like
man.
Thanos.
No, we're done with that. But yeah, man. If you're a fan of, or if you ever been a fan, if you enjoy SpongeBob, man, this is the guy who did this for you, you know? So, you know, best, our thoughts and prayers are with him and his, you know, his family, his friends, the fans, you know.
He's got a movie coming, another movie coming.
Another SpongeBob movie.
Yeah, they got another one. The franchise will live on.
Yeah, man.
Through,
his legacy will go on for a long time. Clep, but that's all I got this week. You know, this has been episode 39, CritiX Talk. I am Miggs. That's Clep. You know, we're out here doing what we always do, just discussing all this news entertainment stuff we love to talk about.
Next show, we're going to be over the hill.
Yeah, that's right, man.
We're going to be folded.
Yo, Clep, leave the critics with a little something, bro.
As always, y'all, CritiX Talk, we out, and we want you guys to make sure you wake up, be passionate, create, and repeat. CritiX Talk, we out.
Peace.